So it's January 17th, 2021. I'm hunting in south central Alabama in Clarke County, and the rut is getting into gear. Didn't see anything on my morning hunt, but as I'm walking up this old road right here, it's the only thing that travels on it are people on foot, or deer, or pigs, or coyotes, or animals. But I thought I'd show you some kind of classic scrapes, and we're just going to walk along, and I'll just point out the scrapes and see just how torn up the road is. So there's the stink bay, licking branch, and there's a scrape underneath it. There's a holly licking branch right there, and there's the scrape right there. So we'll just kind of walk down the road here and see what we find. My hunch is about every decent tree. Now, that ground's been scraped up right there, and this branch has been broken. A deer went up and twisted that off, so that could become a scrape down there. And just walk along. Yep. A little paw area. It's very small, but kind of underneath this little licking branch area right here. All right. Moving on. So, just to give you a setup, right down there is about 100-yard wide swamp, a little creek running through it. And you got this old logging road, and then you got some big hills. They go up to the kind of the main road that we travel on with our wheelers. And so we'll just walk along here, and yeah, here's another scrape. It's got a kind of a semi-fresh paw print in it, and once again, there's your licking branch, and it's been all chewed up. So just walk along, singing a song. Wow! So this is a big scrape. Big scrape right here. There's some fairly fresh poop in it. That's kind of unusual. To see deer poop in a scrape. And again, here's your licking branch above it, and this one's a very fresh scrape. These are just all along the road here. So there's a very fresh scrape, and stink bay licking branch above it. So these deer are just walking down this road, does and bucks, big bucks, little bucks, and just about scraping every little spot they can find. Well, this is kind of cool. There's a very fresh scrape. There's a magnolia branch that's been knocked down from this magnolia branch right here. There's where it was broken. So they worked a little hard. Worked a little hard down there. Took his antlers, broke the magnolia branch there. There's the broken branch on the ground. So Scrape City. Scrapes are us. I found maybe there's 7 scrapes now in less than 200 feet. And scrape number 8. That's a wax myrtle licking branch. So far we've seen holly, stink bay, and wax myrtle licking branches. And this is kind of the expression down here. The road is tore up with sign. And I just should point out, well, as a matter of fact, there's one right there. There's a small rub. But the rubs are all just inside this stink bay. And everywhere you go, if you walk off into that swamp, all along there, there's all kind of rubs. So you got the rubs all back down in the thick area, and up here on the road, you got some serious scrape activity. So that's 8 scrapes. This area's torn up. There's scrape number 9. This is just a kind of midday scouting, and you never know what's going to pop out. And I'm not really hunting at all right now. I'm just walking back to where my buddy's going to pick me up. So they kind of like this wax myrtle here. There's a licking branch, and there's scrape number 10, not fresh. This whole area is all pawed up. Pawing, and all this licking branch up here. The stink bay. So they're kind of coming up out of the hole here. And this will be kind of interesting. There's a hurricane got up here, the last one, tore up this county, and there's still some trees that need to be cleaned up. There's scrape number 11, not fresh, and there's kind of a little beech tree licking branch, and I guess my route to get around there is maybe go down into the swamp, see if I can circle this log jam. There's a little rub right there. That little guy. Little rub. Problem is, one tree goes down, it takes a bunch more with it. It's kind of fun to get you off the beaten track down here where all the rubbing action is. Ooh. It's locked in. I think I'll just jump over this thing right here. I'll do it without killing myself. Yep. That looks like the way to go. Golly. Just imagine what it was like out here when all these big old trees were falling down. Back to the road here. I think it's up the hill here. Dang. Is. I guess it's it up there. just follow the rubs. There's a rub. And here's a major scrape. This thing's the proverbial car hood size. It's been worked. You can see the licking branch right there. It's all twisted and torn. And back on the road, a little slight detour. You can bet these deer figure out pretty quick how to get around all this stuff. Whew. So scrape number 13 and scrape number 14 right there. And you better believe we've killed some deer right in this little saddle right here. I don't know what all the trees down will do, but over the years we've killed quite a few slipping right through there. We've got a stand back there that looks over the road and also looks over the saddle. Well, had a bad storm come through Clarke County, Alabama back in September. As you can see, knocked down a whole bunch of trees.
Hurricane Zeta.
Hurricane Zeta. Unfortunately, out of all the trees that are still standing, the one we put our little old baker on,
Yes.
where we've had some good deer hunting success over the years, it's been here for 20 years, it's still standing, so we're fixing to detach it from the tree and relocate it, repurpose it.
You're going to repurpose it. It's amazing. It's astounding that it's even still up when you look at the damage around here. It's been a good tree.
So there you have it, sports fans. Now, we just got to figure out how to get it out of here
Yeah, that's going to be the problem.
without breaking a leg.
Exactly.
Scrape number 14, right there. Licking branch, holly plant, holly tree, right there. Oh man, look at this. Big old, big old scrape there. Big old scrape right over here. And they have torn that little branch up. It's another of those little beech trees. And it's this is a giant scrape. Look at this. Look at this. Just torn up. The soil is all kind of sandy, loamy, soft. And deer just love to paw in it. Very easy. Okay, so that's about, I don't know, 15 to 20 scrapes right down this little road here. And then we're back on the main road now. It forks. So this is the main road that's traveled right there. And there's the road that goes down to the swamp that we just walked up that had at least 15 to 20 active scrapes. So the deer walk that road at night, go down that swamp, run around in there in the nighttime, and then they kind of typically will come back up here in the hills and lay up in the daytime. And I want to tell you, there's a big buck up in here. It's the one, that's the trail that I did my little, deer hunting is hard video. The one where I walked by the camera, and then shortly thereafter, or shortly before I walked by the camera, a big warpy horn buck walked by it right down that road. So he's still around, and he's contributing a lot to the scrape activity. So anyway, that's just a little look at what a really hot trail looks like, full of scrapes. Well, Mr. Reliable, we said we'd meet here at 11 o'clock, and here he comes. And just while he's coming to pick me up, look at this. So there's a wax mow, and that thing is 5 feet off the ground, and they've just come under here and just pawed and torn up that and that and that, just all on the edge of the main road.